everyone. Welcome to another episode of The O Show. I'm O, and I'm here for your amusement. Okay, has anyone ever heard of a show called Kim's Convenience? Yes? No? Because I certainly didn't. And apparently I am late to the party with this show. So, Kim's Convenience is currently streaming right now on Netflix. And it's a show that was on starting in 2016 and ended around 2021. So I was actually told about this show because me and my friend were having chats about Simu Liu. And I was like, I need to go back and see everything he's been in. Like, I'm liking his work that he's doing recently. Like, I didn't realize he was in so many shows, and he's only in a few movies. Like, I thought he's been making movies for a while. But like, I know Shang-Chi was a big one, and he was recently in Barbie. And there's another movie where I think it's like a romance comedy thing, and I think I saw it, or I might have seen it, so I haven't watched it yet, maybe, but yeah, I'm liking his work. And then recently, when I be watching music videos on YouTube, I've noticed that he seems to have snuck into my algorithm there, because I didn't realize he also released an album. He has an album released in like 2023, last year, and he has a couple of music videos too. They aren't really that bad, so if you get a chance, like, go check those out. But back to the show, right? So there's this show. It's about a Canadian Asian family that runs a convenience store in Canada. Did they ever say where in Canada? I was getting like Toronto vibes. I went to Toronto with a friend of mine not that long ago. It was cute. No, but it is a really hilarious show, you guys. Like, the shenanigans that goes on, like, in and out of this convenience store. There have been some situations on this show that I actually related to, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember my mom doing that in church. Oh yeah, I remember my friend doing that. Just whatever. It's a funny ass show. So, yeah, I'm not familiar with all of the actors on here, but I from what I read, they're pretty more famous in Canada. So as for the cast, again, you have Simu Liu. He plays the son named Jung Kim. The father, his name on the show is Sang Il Kim, or they call him Appa. The mom is Young Mi Kim, or Uma. The younger sister is Janet Kim. Simu's character has a best friend and roommate and co-worker. They live together and work together. His name is Kim Chi, and then their boss is this woman named Shannon. Now, I don't know who this lady is, but she is hilarious. Just hilarious. But as far as for like the family, so one of the big things that happens on this show is, and they tell you straight from like episode 1 and on, that something happened between the son and the father, and there was this like split between them, and he's kind of been gone for a while, just doing his own thing and kind of staying distance. Not necessarily from the family, because he still interacts with his mom and sister, but definitely not the father. So I noticed going in, I saw there was 5 seasons. So I said, okay, maybe it's one of those shows they came in and knew they were doing the 5. Only because after the first season ended, this whole thing about him and the father would never resolve. So I was like, oh, okay, we're going into season 2 with this. Then I started thinking, like, okay, it's 5 seasons. As the show kept going on, like, maybe it was meant to end at 5 and, you know, everything just comes to a happy ending. But no! Like, the end of season 5 happens, and the father and son sometimes were able to be in a room, depending on what the situation is that he needed to be around. So they weren't, like, back on 100% good terms, but they were able to be in the same room for, like, a period of time. But, yeah, season 5 ended, and then, what? I need more. So I had to look that up, like, what is happening with this show? Send. And, I guess turns out after season 5, the producers didn't want to do the show anymore. I guess it was this whole, like, I don't know, some kind of racism thing happening, I guess, between the actors and the writers, because all the writers were white, all the actors are Asian, except the lady that plays Shannon. And, I don't know, there was this whole back and forth going on, and, like, should they bring it back, should they not? I guess like Simu wanted to do like some writing and directing, like let an Asian person help you with the storyline. But I guess they weren't having it or something. Like, I don't know. So instead of them doing a season 6 of the show, the Shannon character got spun out to her own show, which only lasted like, I know definitely one season. I don't know if it made it to two. Yeah. So that's very disappointing. But anyway, as far as for the show, it's a really good watch. You know, you want to have it on in the background while you wash the dishes and watch the children and stuff. I'd say give it a try. You know, it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Have you ever seen Kim's Convenience? Let me know in the comments below. How did you think of what you think of the show? Did you have a favorite episode, favorite character? There's a lot of good characters on here. Like the cast. The cast is great. The writing is great. It's so damn funny. It's very relatable in some situations. It kind of makes me like miss hanging out in convenience store. So there's one I used to hang around with. Remember, roommate used to live together in the city, but good times, good times. All right, so I will catch you all in the next video. So until then, TTFN.